Okay, hello everyone. Thank you so much for joining me today for Kineo's Totara office hours. Today we're going to do kind of it's an oldie but a goodie. We talk about this every now and then. We just kind of like to give a little reminder here and there. I think it helps remind us and remind you the best way to work with our Kineo support team to make your experience as desirable as possible and get the answers that you need quickly. So if you can provide us with enough information, we can generally get back to you pretty quick. So we're just going to talk a little bit about that today and then open the floor for any questions or discussions. Guys, I just want to let you know and make you aware, next week we will not be having office hours because Thursday is Thanksgiving. So any of our clients who are not in the United States, that is our United States holiday, and we will not be in the office. So I hope that everyone has a great Turkey Day, and we will see you back here after Thanksgiving. My name is Taylor Craig. I'm a platforms consultant here at Kineo. What that means is I work a lot with our existing clients. I work a lot with prospective clients. We go over anything Totara. So I train the system. I also train on any customizations that you may have inside of your system as well. A little bit about office hours for those of you who haven't ever joined us and you're just watching this for the first time. What we typically do is I have a quick little 15-minute spiel over something Totara or something Kineo, something in our ballpark, right? We talk about that kind of stuff. If you have any suggestions, feel free to pass those along to me. I'm open to suggestions. There's lots of ways to contact me. You can either submit it through the support portal, which I'll show you how to do that today. You can email me at taylor.craig@kineo.com. So that's one way. And then sometimes when we send out those, hey, we're not having office hours this week emails, which we will send out next week, just as a friendly reminder. But at the bottom of that email, you'll see a link in there that'll say, hey, do you have a suggestion? Drop us a line. And then it's a very quick one-question survey where we just ask you to give us your suggestions. What we do with those suggestions is we add them to our list, and then we just go down the list and we cover all of those things. Then what we do is we have the floor open for about 45 minutes after that, and it's free training time for our clients. We offer that only for our clients, the 45 minutes open floor Q&A, but we do post the feature presentation up on YouTube for anybody who needs it. So effective use of the support portal. And what we have found is a lot of times we do these sessions on, hey, this is how you submit a good ticket and this is how you submit an effective ticket. Everybody does a really good job and they submit really, really detailed effective tickets, and then after a little while it starts to taper off. And so it's always good to have a quick little reminder, hey, if you could do this, this would be awesome. Mainly just because it makes it easier on us, easier on you, and also you get an answer quicker typically. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the support portal today. We're going to talk about how you navigate that support portal, especially if you have a situation where you maybe have something under development and you also have something that is live and you need to be asking questions on one or the other or both, and you don't know when to make which decision, right? So we'll talk about that a little bit, and then we'll also talk about what we need you to include and what those things are that are just really, really helpful for us. So let's take a quick look at the support portal. I have a fake account here that I'm going to pull across, and we can take a look. So when you log in, again, where you get to this, it's going to be support.kineo.com. Typically, you have named site administrators. You're going to hear them referred to by our project managers typically as NSAs, and you may or may not be one of those people. If you are one of those people, congratulations. If you are not one of those people, congratulations. You don't have to do all of your ticket submission. So this is what your NSA or your named site administrator, this is what they would see when they log into the system. Now, there's a couple of ways to navigate this and a couple of things to pay attention to when you get into the system. So you'll see here that I have submitted a ticket once upon a time and it was resolved. So I'm going to have access to all of my old issues here. I'll be able to see those. I can also filter by open issues. So currently I have no open issues. I can also filter those results and kind of come in here and try to find what it was that I was looking for, something that maybe I had discussed with support once upon a time. Another block to pay attention to down here, guys, is the projects block. So inside of the projects block, I see one that says Dev USA Kineo Support Development. Yours typically will have like part of your company name. So, for example, if your company is ABC Distributing, it might say ABC Dev. If it's the first dev project we've ever done for you, it would be like ABC Dev, and that might be all it is. But if it's the second or third one, you may see ABC Dev 2 or ABC Dev 3. It just depends kind of on how many development projects that we've worked with and done with you as to how that is. Now, for every single new development project that you have, you'll have a new portal. And we do that for a very specific reason. It's so that we can keep our tickets with the specification that we're building to at that point, right? So we want to make sure that we're keeping everything kind of grouped and organized, and it's easy for us, it's easy for you to kind of know, all right, that's my question on our Dev 2, right? That's where we need to be. So I also have a Kineo support client. You'll see my abbreviation is Kineo SUPCL. Yours will probably be something along the lines of, if you're ABC Distributing Company, it might be ABC Dist CL. It could be anything like that. So they'll give you some kind of short abbreviation for your company. That will be an abbreviation that Kineo employees will come to know. We will be aware of, oh, okay, that's this client or that's this client. It just kind of helps us to differentiate and distinguish who you are and keep everything organized for you. So if you have something that is live, so it's been through alpha, beta, we've released it, you've got it on your production site, your learners are using it, at that point, that's going to be considered a support ticket. So if you need to submit a support ticket, you can come in here and you can click on projects. So you can click on the support portal. You're going to see a list of any of your open issues. Okay. You can also look at the summary report. What that's going to do is it's going to show you a summary of anything that's happened in here. So you're going to see all of your resolved tickets. You'll see any of your open tickets, closed tickets, any of that. So if you need to go back and look at any of that or a quick access, I like to use the summary tab up here. That typically helps to navigate. Then you can create the big green create button at the top of the screen. When you do that, that is going to prompt a dialog box up. It is going to go ahead and put the project in there for you if you're inside of the project at that time. But say you accidentally, you needed to submit a dev ticket and oops, I'm in support, right? You do have the ability to switch between projects even from this screen. One thing I want to point out, guys, is when you're looking at it from a support perspective, you may see different issue types. You may see more or less information here that you can provide. If you're looking at it from a dev perspective, if you'll notice, it gives you a whole lot more information. Okay, you have to kind of give us more info and check off a few more things. Okay, so let's look at a support ticket first. So when you are submitting a support ticket, you would select this. Then you need to tell us what it is. Is it a bug? So basically, bug is going to be something that maybe we did custom for you, and then it worked a certain way, and then all of a sudden we did something, we did an upgrade, you changed a configuration, something happened, and it's not working quite like you think it should be. That could typically be classified as, hey, I think this is a bug. Advice, that's going to be, hey, we're having issues and we need some help. Or a task. If you need our support guys to run a task, so they need to run a file for you, something like that, you can also submit things as a task. Okay, that's just going to kind of help us to differentiate what needs to happen and when. When you're putting in the summary, try to be as detailed as possible. This will help you to locate that ticket later. So instead of saying user issue, maybe say user having trouble logging in. So give us a little more detail. So detailed summary name. is always good and helpful. You do have 3 priorities that you can choose from. You've got other, critical, and major. Typically, you're not going to submit a major ticket. It's going to be considered a major ticket if you can't get into your site. So if your site is down for whatever reason, if something's happening there, then at that point, that definitely would classify as a major ticket. Critical you may utilize every now and then, but typically most of the time they're going to be classified as other. And you'll also see our team will either escalate or de-escalate based on what the actual issue is once it's received. If you're having a hard time figuring out which one yours is, you can always click on this little question mark, and what that's going to do is that's going to pop up something here, and it's just going to let you know, hey, here's kind of what our overall definition is of those types of things. Okay, inside of your description, a couple of things that we like you to provide. I'm actually going to pop this PowerPoint back up because I've got just kind of an idea here. Things to help you submit a good JIRA ticket. Give us a descriptive title. We've already talked about that. Provide a written summary or description of what is happening. So when we say that, what we're referring to is, say, something along the lines of, when I do X, Y happens. I expected Z. Okay, so give us what's happening, and then tell us what you expected to happen, and then tell us what actually happened. Okay, so just kind of give us a good idea of what's going on. Also, another thing that's really great is giving us steps to reproduce that. So how did you make that happen? So give us literal 1, 2, 3 steps. 1, log in. 2, go here. 3, go there. Give us URLs. Everything inside of the system has a unique URL. Provide us with that unique URL because that will help us to get to the issue. Also, provide us with login information. Let us know who you're experiencing the issue with. Is this person an administrator? Is this person a staff manager? Is this person a trainer in a course? What does that person do? So basically kind of give us an idea of who the person is, what they should be able to do, and what happens, right? So that just really helps us to troubleshoot the issue. It helps us to recreate the issue. Typically that's how our guys are going to work. They're going to go in, they're going to try to recreate whatever it was that you had the issue with, and then from there they're able to troubleshoot. So once they see it, it can typically help. Another thing I like to do when I'm submitting support tickets, because I will submit support tickets from time to time. I may have an issue on my personal development site, or I may be working with a client and see an issue and just tell them, hey, I'll go submit that. Sometimes what I like to do when I have something really complicated and kind of hard to just type out, because I know there are situations where you have that, you can always go and take a screen capture. That's helpful. Show them literally what's happening. I go here, I go here, I go here, and this happens. That helps a lot as well. There are several tools out there that are free that allow you to do that. Jing is one of them. Screencast used to be one of them. I think Jing was bought by TechSmith and all that stuff. But anyway, there are some tools out there for free screen capturing. And then just pop that in. That will help immensely. Give us screenshots. Anything that you think would be beneficial, I can guarantee you our guys will be grateful. They will be thanking you immensely. Okay? Inside of your labels area, typically you don't have to utilize that. You will see in some cases, especially with dev tickets, where we may go in and our project managers may put in additional labels. So they may put in a label that it's phase 1 of 2 or something along those lines. And so depending on what phase you're working on, you may need to select a label. Typically that's going to happen more often with a dev ticket than a support ticket. Okay, if you have any linked issues, so if you've had this problem before, link it to an old ticket. That generally helps because sometimes we found the solution in the old ticket and that might help us to resolve it this time. Okay, so in this case it is going to pull up a history of any of my other stuff if I had any issues with the dev ticket, anything there. So you can link those types of things. Once you create it, you'll get this little message up here at the top. You can click to view your support ticket. Okay, and it will be assigned to the appropriate support person. So this particular portal, they have it set up where it assigns it to me so it doesn't actually go to support. But yours is typically going to go to a support representative. They'll take a look at it and then distribute it wherever it needs to go. Okay, so that's how you're going to do a support ticket. Let's take a quick look at a dev ticket. Dev tickets are a little bit different in how they function. Same story, though, applies. Give us a good summary. Set your priority. Is it critical, major, any of that stuff? Provide us with an example URL, and then tell us which system you were working in. Were you in Internet Explorer when this happened? Was it Chrome, Safari, Firefox? What was it? What operating system are you using? Because that, again, is going to help us to determine what we need to do. It will also be assigned in a development ticket case. Typically, a brand new ticket is going to always be assigned to your project manager. So the project manager would receive that ticket and then distribute it out to whomever needs to work on it from that point on the implementation team. Okay, again, same thing goes for your assignments or for the descriptions. Detailed, the more detailed, the better. Provide attachments, videos, any of that good jazz. And then you don't really have to worry about a lot of this stuff. And then you can go ahead and click on Create. So that is going to be something that is helpful for us, helpful for you in the long run. Just a nice little reminder on how to submit those effective tickets. So without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to you. Any questions that you have, let me hear them. Okay. Thank you so much for joining, and we will see you, let's see, let me get the date that we will be back. Oh my goodness, December 1st. Doesn't seem like it, but that's only 2 weeks away. Have a fantastic Thanksgiving, and we will see you guys back in December.